course, you rely more on tire grip, but it doesn't seem to matter right now, as Palou seems to have grip aplenty.
Grip, pace, poise, purpose. Palou is coming for Pato O'Ward. Down the backstretch now, tucked up underneath him. O'Ward goes to defend. Palou has such speed and he's late on the brakes, up on the inside, and that will be the lead of the race for Alex Palou, who started third this afternoon but has done what he always seems able to do. He is an utter magician of making these strategies work, of pushing when he needs to, but now he has 10 laps to hang on to these tyres and hope that he can make them last to the end.
I just cannot believe what we are watching once again. Alex Palou, though much more in the conversation from the drop of the green this week than a few weeks back ago at St. Pete. It is so impressive how at this phase of the race, he just turns it up to 11.
But he is not doing it alone, as you hear the voice of Barry Wanzer come on and tell him to take care of the tires. Chip Ganassi Racing now 2 races in a row has figured out in the final pit exchange how to give this guy the advantage every time. And for Pato O'Ward, the eyes have to be rolling in the cockpit as he tries to hang on.
In the end, the move far easier than the one that he had to put on his teammates, but Alex Palou moves into the lead. Let's take a look though at the pod's big move, and there it is, your move for the lead, potentially the move for the win. Let's take a look on board.
You saw the puff of brake dust off the front of Palou as he hit the brakes there. Pato didn't make it easy on the brakes. He didn't want to go all the way to the inside and defend, get on the dirty side. They hit the brakes about the same time. Palou just creeps off the brakes a little bit, and you can see the DHL squad all high fives and hugs in pit lane. They know they can just put it in their man's hands in that final stint, and he can get it done more often than not.
Still a lot to Pato O'Ward.
Crushing, absolutely crushing. A word for Will Power. 13 positions made up since the start of this race. Currently sitting P8 behind Alexander Rossi. Great drive as we jump on board with him in the Verizon Chevy. And there is Alexander Rossi. Power has got the bit between his teeth and has been racing phenomenally this afternoon.
He needed a good day after crashing out in the 3rd corner at St. Pete in race 1. Right now, the best of the Team Penske drivers. Hard to imagine that that's just 8th, but that's where Will Power finds himself, off the back of this Java House car with Alexander Rossi.
And he's got about double the push to pass that Rossi does. Rossi 25 seconds, Power still 49 seconds of push to pass left.
Take a listen to some radio from your race leader.
The gap back to O'Ward is now 3 seconds. Just take care of the tires, man. Nice and easy. Take a drink.
It's a slightly old message because Palou is going so fast. It's now 4.5 seconds.
But at the same time, you mentioned it, Nolan Siegel, the next car in line there. If you're Palou, you almost don't even want to catch that group of cars because it isn't just Siegel. He's got a few other cars, Ericsson and Devlin DiFrancesco up there as well. Let's just hold it back for these 7 laps, manage that gap, manage the gap to O'Ward behind.
He's going to catch Siegel, and I think that's going to allow Ward to close a little bit because Nolan Siegel last lap about 2 seconds slower than Palou. Siegel's not quick enough in that group as Siegel battles to get past Ericsson.
To be fair, O'Ward was also 2 seconds slower than Palou, so he's not going to close that gap that much if Palou just goes and runs at the pace of these cars in front.
But these guys at the back of the lead lap, Will, it matters in points, it matters in pride where you finish, even if that's for 20th.
And listen, guys, I come from a world where the order would go through to Siegel. Hold him up. Do what you can. Stop him. Drop him back into the clutches of O'Ward. Is he going to get that kind of a call here, or does that just not happen?
Well, that team operates in that world.
They do.
Behind you, it is the 10 car, followed by the 5.
But would
there's the message. That's the message. I think that was Brian Barnhart on the radio to Siegel saying, look, 10 cars behind him is the 5, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
And Nolan Siegel may be young, But he's definitely got enough experience to know what that message means.
He's bright enough to know what that means, but look, I don't think you can keep Palou behind you even if you wanted to, no matter how well you do.
Power! It's power on Rossi. He's got through the bit very much between his teeth. Will Power is on an absolute charge. That's another position made up. That's his 14th position of the day.
And he's only 4 seconds back of Rosenquist.
Just listening to that onboard of Rossi, he was having to be so ginger with the throttle, really seemingly struggling with those tires.
Will Power's been desperately impressive today. Desperately impressive in that Verizon Chevy.
Now, because Will Power didn't have a great qualifying, didn't make it to the top 12, he's got an extra set, Kevin.